Hi, I'm Sandy, and if you've been watching this series, you already know my mission is to help good men navigate divorce with integrity, confidence, and a plan. But today, I want to answer a question you may already be asking. Why should you listen to me? I didn't begin my career as a divorce coach. For years, I worked as a trust consultant. My job was to help individuals and families protect what mattered most. We talked about their goals, their values, their children, and how they wanted to care for the people they loved long after they were gone. These conversations taught me something that has stayed with me throughout my career. The greatest challenge families face are rarely about money. They're about communication. They're about fear. They're about conflict. And they're about relationships. I sat with families during some of the most important decisions of their lives, saw families who planned well, communicated well, and protected the relationships that mattered most. I also saw families where conflict, misunderstanding, or lack of planning created pain that could have been avoided. Over time, I realized that many of the same skills I was using in trust planning were desperately needed much earlier when families were in crisis, especially during divorce. Then life became personal. I went through my own divorce. Suddenly, I wasn't just someone who had spent years helping families plan for the future. I was someone who understood what it feels like to sit on the other side of the table. I know what it feels like to question yourself, to worry about your future, to wonder if you're making the right decisions, to feel overwhelmed by legal documents, financial questions, and emotions that seem to change every day. That experience gave me an entirely different perspective. It reinforced something I had believed for years. Good decisions are rarely made in the middle of fear. That's why I created the comeback method. My role isn't to replace your attorney. Your attorney gives you legal advice. Your financial advisor helps with your finances. But there's often a gap between those conversations. That's where coaching comes in. I help you slow down, think clearly, prepare for difficult conversations, stay focused on your long-term goals, and make decisions you'll still be proud of years from now. One of the biggest misconceptions about divorce is that it's only a legal process. It isn't. It's also emotional. It's financial. It's relational. It's about your identity. It's about your future. And if you have children, it's about the example you leave for them. I've seen what happens when people react from fear. And I've also seen what happens when you respond with intention. The outcomes are very different. My goal is simple. I want to help you become the kind of man who can look back on one of the hardest chapters of his life and say, I handled that with integrity. I protected what mattered most, made decisions I can live with. If that's the kind of future you're working toward, you're in the right place. Thanks for being here. If this video resonated with you, subscribe to this channel, because in the next videos, we're going to get into practical strategies that can help you navigate divorce with greater confidence and clarity and peace of mind. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.